ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Monday morning Go4SC2 Premium Cup. Apparently it's the Swagcast here with Rifkin. Stop showing me. Yeah, you want to see more? I'm sorry, guys. My sister's done at this point. Thank you for having her on the stream. I hope you enjoyed her little visits. It was a lot of fun, but we find ourselves back in action now. Game number 2 underway here. €75 for first place is going to be the grand prize. Or sorry, €75 up for grabs. 50 for first place, 25 for second. So at this point, neither of these players walk away empty-handed. But for now, spawning in the top left corner of the map, playing for the team My Insanity, it's going to be the blue Terran player JJAKJI. And his, you did. Okay, so my sister didn't leave. She's instead sitting here reading chat. So, anyways, in the lower right, playing for Giants Gaming, it's going to be the purple Protoss player MAJESTIC, who, again, we kind of had a silly cast in game number 1. I'll admit that, but this guy made some really talented moves, and I'll talk about that very specifically right now before this game gets underway. He went for the Phoenix opener with Colossus. Now this is a move that normally you don't see. It's a go-to build, but recently beat out JJAKJI in the IEM qualifiers with specifically that build. Another Protoss player actually beat JJAKJI with Phoenix Colossus recently too. So MAJESTIC, whether that was his comfortable PvT build or whether that was his anti-JJAKJI build, he went for it. But as we saw, the problem with that is when you go for Phoenix Colossus, you lack ground units, and the Marauders and the Marines, forget the Vikings, like nothing died towards the end of the game because he just wasn't able to overwhelm JJAKJI the way you normally would want to in a PvT. But with the lower gas count here early on, MAJESTIC looking to open this up with a bit more of an expansion type build. Nothing too crazy, no proxies right off the bat. For JJAKJI though, you know, you're up 1 in a best of 5 finals. Man, does that feel good. You got the confidence to carry you through, and you know you can make mistakes. Heavy Rain is a very fickle map, and certainly a little bit better for Terran for dropping than it is for Protoss for harass. Warp Prisms do work fantastic though, and again, whether you're Terran, Protoss, Zerg, the reality is there's a ton of dead space you have to deal with one way or another. Anyways, the SCV is gonna poke up here, JJAKJI. Someone's gonna give him a bit of a lag spike to deal with. Sweating. God, I look away for like 2 seconds and my sister's wearing like all the Red Bull gear. I'll show you guys after we're out of the game or whatever, but she's managed to steal a sweater too while this was happening.
Tell them I'm sorry.
My sister says she's sorry for invading the broadcast, but I gotta be honest, it was pretty fun having her around. She normally doesn't get involved with this stuff. Sorry again for context if you guys are just tuning into this. I live with my sister and she came to like unbox some stuff with me, and we kept her on for the cast at the request of chat. So small shout out as well while this is going on to sorry I can't pronounce your name, but Destrubin, sub hype. Make sure to give that man a round of Tasia claps, guys. Thank you for your support, man. Anyways, JJAKJI with that SCV, this is a very classic move he makes where he gets the extra SCV and he'll leave it out. Now, while this has been going on, I'm sorry, I've been so distracted, I didn't talk about the extra Reapers coming out. So 2 right now. He didn't go for 5 Rags Reaper or anything like that, but he is putting that additional barracks down with his expansion behind this. Now, he picks off a couple probes here right off the bat. 1 Mega Trap behind the mineral lines, he's got to be careful. These can outrun a Mothership Core, but they do have to be careful as the Mothership Core does have some pretty nice damage associated with it. The additional 2 coming across the map. If this keeps snowballing out of control, JJAKJI is actually going to have 5 Reaper production at a time. I guarantee it, if he can get away with it. But right now, he's got to be careful he doesn't lose these first 2. Reapers, unfortunately, are very snowball-reliant units. They have to get out of control pretty quickly, or else they're very easy to deal with. But while those units are distracted in the natural, JJAKJI gets back towards the main, and he continues slaughtering probes. He's killed 8 so far, an overcharge even forced out of this too. Now, because this got shut down, like, he was making those extra barracks one way or another, guys. Like, he wanted to have the production capabilities out to deal with actual having units on the map. If that had continued to get out of hand, I guarantee you he would have continued investing in the Reapers. But as I said, Reapers are very snowball-reliant units. If you can't get out of control with them, there's no point in investing in more. So, 4 in total is a lot, but, I mean, it's not so much that it really takes him out of the game. And let's be honest, killing about 9 workers, really not too bad of a trade for a small gas investment over the 1 or 2 you would normally have. But Stim on the way. Majestic, unfortunately, was not able to go for advanced tech while this was going on, too. Not only was he losing probes that were mining gas, which is critical to advancing your tech, whether it's Stargate, Robo, etc. On top of that, he had JJAKJI's Reapers in the base, and he didn't want to reveal what was going on. JJAKJI, of course, already saw the Robo, but, you know, it doesn't mean you have to dedicate to this tech path. A lot of players will go for the Robo, specifically for observers, and then cut production purely and entirely. But Immortals may be in store, as JJAKJI's got a decent amount of Marauders so far. And neither Stalkers nor Zealots are really great at dealing with Marines that have stims, so this could be an unfun fight for Majestic if it comes early on like this. Oh, a man with X-ray vision. He snipes off the observer, sees it for only a fraction of a second as the Marines walk forward, but oh dear, that's another bit of a hit there for Majestic. Really, perhaps not off to the greatest start here on Heavy Rain. I really hope his jimmies weren't rustled after game number 1 there. But, you know, just keep a calm head type thing. Now, he's not going for the Stargate to pair up with this Robo, but he is going for the faster Colossus again. The problem is, I don't know if he'll be able to get it out in time. There's one single overcharge available to defend against this. This is a really mighty push. If the sentries trap these units in and force a fight on top of the put-on overcharge, that's Majestic's best case scenario. And as we see, that's precisely what he was trying to do. But without that extra force field for the ramp, he's got to be careful. I mean, he's got the energy for it, but the sentry's not currently in range. Now it is. Oh, boy, that got a little bit scary. Drop goes off. Or sorry, not drop, rather. I saw the red markings. But the Reaper actually gets a kill. He's going to get killed here. But the Reaper sneaks up to the main and gets a probe kill while that was going on. And JJAKJI is geared up and ready for the assault number 2. Unfortunately, the Colossus is coming out, but still not available yet. And I need to remind everybody, Colossus have the same range as Marauders without that Thermal Lance upgrade. So without extended Thermal Lance, he's going to be walking into a bunch of anti-Colossus units. Now, what the fuck? Sorry, pardon me for swearing. What is Majestic doing up here? Is he gearing up for like a base trade? I in truth have no idea why he's investing in this. This makes no sense to me, but okay. Mothership Core, not quite going to go down. Probes were pulled a little bit in advance, I feel, but now he's got the Colossus out ready to fight. Marauders are, as predicted, trying to get on top of it, but with those force fields in the ramp to his advantage, he keeps the Colossus back at first, but now the Marauders, as predicted, get on top of it. Mothership Core goes down to the last standing Marine. It's worth noting just how close that was, but the Marauders are so low. The Probes may actually be able to clean this up. Probes are fantastic at killing Marauders, for those who don't know. But with a force field going down to block in that Marine and the Marauder getting fully surrounded, he holds on for another round. Mr. Pink is lagging out. Again, maybe? I don't know. But, yeah, this is not looking too good for Majestic. He's got no units currently available in play. He invested 400 resources in this Nexus, and I don't understand why. Like, this guy's smart. He's got good builds. He's got crisp timings, but he just couldn't hold up to JJAKJI in game number 2. So, JJAKJI, now 2-0 in this best of 5 series, taking a huge lead. We'll see if he can close it out.